I found myself on DeviantArt the other day for some reason. I haven't been on DeviantArt in years. I'm surprised that my computer still had the password saved, because otherwise I would not know what it was. So while I was on DeviantArt, I came across a post of someone drawing BMO from Adventure Time, but as a human. And I always really enjoyed those type of posts where they draw someone that's not human, or just in general drawing someone from a different cartoon in your own style. I used to really love the ones where they would draw like all of the browsers, all the web browsers, like they do Firefox and they do Chrome and they do Internet Explorer, and like Safari and Internet Explorer will always be like in the corner eating glue or something. And all the rest of them are like smart and cool and like looking all spiffy, and there's Internet Explorer in the corner like drawing on the wall. So I decided to do something like it. I'm not sure if, well, he's not really a human, so I guess I did do a cartoon that's not a human and turn them into a human-ish, but he's not a human still in my drawing. So I guess I just took a cartoon character and drew him in my own style. Now when I started to think about what I wanted to draw for this, because I was very inspired by that BMO post, I immediately thought of him from the Powerpuff Girls. He was always one of my favorite characters in general from all the old cartoons, besides every Rugrats character ever. But he was always one of my favorites just because he's so strange. Like, he is literally a giant lobster man in a Santa suit with thigh-high boots and black lips. Can you get any weirder than that? And his voice, oh my gosh, his voice. So with my idea of drawing him, I thought it'd be good to stick pretty close to what he looks like in the cartoon. Like, I didn't want to add too much extra. I didn't want to do too much out of what he originally was. But I still wanted to do it in my style. So I thought I'd give him a little bit more of a realistic look, because while I don't draw realistic, my stuff is kind of cartoony. It's more realistic than what an actual cartoon looks like. At least a Powerpuff style cartoon. So I tried to stick pretty close to what all his features usually are. He has a very pointy nose that's like going downwards. His beard, I keep saying beard, his mustache, I struggled with for a little while because I was trying to give it more of a realistic look and I didn't want to add that little like swoop in there. But then I realized that the swoop is a really, really important part of his character. So I decided to just put the swoop in, and it kind of gave it a mashup of different styles. Because while his mustache is very sleek, like there's no jagged edges to it. It's just like very straight lines. His hair does have some jagged edges to it, but I thought that it blended well. Now another important part is obviously in this that is a little different from the cartoon is what his mouth is doing. So in the cartoon, he usually has that creepy smile that you can see on the reference photo. But I decided to go just slightly different. So to me, he's kind of just a little bit of a sexual character. So I thought I'd do just a little bit of that and give him this like tongue out, licking his lips kind of look. I didn't want to go too overboard because at first I had this idea of giving him a lollipop and I kind of wanted his pincers to be in there. So I was also gonna put his claw in there, just holding the lollipop stem. But that might have been just a little bit too much. So I dialed it back a little bit and just went with this mouth-tongue combo. Now that his puff around him, his puff cloud, I was never actually sure what it was when I watched the show. I'm not sure if it's a hood or if it is just like the collar of his Santa jacket. So I decided to just stick pretty closely to what the reference was, which is basically it just crowns his head. It just goes around his head. So that way I didn't make it look like a hood. I didn't make it look like a collar. I just made it look like what it looks like in the cartoon. Now I struggled so hard to I really wanted to put horns on him like so badly, just because he kind of looks like a devil and he's a little bit satanic. But he's a lobster, so lobsters don't have horns, they have antennae, and I didn't want to put antennae on him. He would look like a bug, some type of weird bug creature. So I decided not to do that. One of the things that was hard though, which you can see in the beginning, is I was trying to get his blush just right because he does have very pink cheeks. And even though I don't feel like I achieved it completely the way I wanted, if you can see, he has like those really, like just like a little circle ball of pink. So the way I started it didn't work out. In the end, I just decided to give him this like kind of anime blush that they do in animes. And obviously, when in doubt, highlight it out because that always makes a picture look better, in my opinion. Now for his eyes, I did go back and forth a little bit on what I wanted to do. I was going to do them regular, and then I was going to give him like snake eyes. And then I decided if I'm going to draw him in my style, might as well draw him in my style. And I just gave him some black eyes because that's what I do. Sorry for the kicking gif, just ignore that. I was trying to get a look at what his eyes really looked like when they were like in motion and if they ever turned into snake eyes. I actually had really fun doing this challenge, and I think I might do more of them. Not really challenge, but I had fun turning a character that I used to love watching into someone in my own style, just because it's cool to see the difference between what the original looks like and what they look like to you. So I might do this some more. I think it'd be fun to do something that is completely not human at all, because I see a couple cool Mordecai and Rigby ones, so those are really nice. But that is all for my finished drawing of him. I had a lot of fun drawing him, and even though most people might not realize exactly what he is upon looking at him, I feel like even without the reference, there's going to be a small number of people that will. So that is all, and see you Wednesday.